Welcome everyone to this beautiful fairy party. Thank you for joining us from all around the world. It is very exciting to celebrate the color fairies with our author, Maggie Jeffrey, and our illustrator, Kate Smith, and I am your narrator, Nicola MacCameron. Maggie, your books, we have now 22 out, and there will eventually be 30 books. And could you...
Dot press, it's 23 now.
23?
23 went on sale yesterday.
Stop the press. Oh, that's very exciting. Could you please tell us what your favorite color is of all the colors?
Can you guess? On my throne and my dress.
Oh, are you wearing your favorite color?
Yes, I am.
Oh, it
It's
must be...
obviously red.
It's a beautiful red. And you have a red crown too.
I like purple as well.
Purple's a beautiful color. And you are joining us from?
Ely, beautiful cathedral city in the east of England.
Lovely. Thank you. And Kate, what is your favorite color?
Can you guess?
Green.
Green.
Oh, green. Lovely.
Yeah.
And
I like nature colours.
Nature colors. And where are you joining us from?
From sunny Sheffield. It's a nice sunny day today. It's usually rainy, but...
It's lovely to meet you.
You too. Hi.
We have the team all together in one place.
Yeah.
And I am joining you from the Canadian prairies, where it is early in the morning. The sun is just rising. And we have little tiny green leaves, not very much green at all.
Oh, really?
Oh, close your eyes and let's see the sparkles on your eyes. Oh, wow. Oh, so beautiful.
I thought I'd go the whole way.
And your wings, they go all the way out.
Yes. I thought I'd go for the, the colour fairy style, big wings.
And can you see my favorite color? I love blue.
Yeah, it's a lovely blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
Did you manage to find a fairy cake?
Yes, it's in the kitchen. I will get my elf butler to deliver it.
I've got fairy cakes.
Yeah.
I also have my fairy juice.
Fairy, oh, my
Got
God.
fairy drops.
Fairy drops.
And also some honeydew in a fancy holly.
Oh,
Oh.
very good.
I have a honey pot.
Oh, how cute is that?
And a honey cup.
You notice I've got a golden plate.
Oh, a golden plate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, these are the things that you need for a fairy party.
Absolutely.
You need cake, and you need fairy juice, and oh, wow.
I think I'll be full for a while.
Maggie, please tell us, how long have you been a fairy?
Well, I wasn't always a fairy. I used to be normal. And I was a mum to two little girls, and they were really believed in fairies. And they grew up and they went to university and they stopped believing in fairies. But the fairies didn't go away, and they hung about and they got into my head. And now I think I'm one of them.
Oh, that's lovely.
The girls used to jump from the back wall onto the field with an umbrella up to try and fly like Mary Poppins. And then that didn't work. They had black bin bags tied to their arms, so it's just flapped to try and make fairy.
And Kate, how long have you been a fairy?
I've always been a fairy. But people don't believe me, but I am.
Mm-hmm. And you never grew up, did you?
No, I made the decision long ago not to grow up.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
It was a good choice.
Very good choice. So can you tell us a story about fairies in your life?
Yes, well, when I was little, my mom used to tell me a story of the fairy people called the Min Pins. and they used to live at the bottom of my garden. And I didn't know whether to believe her or not until one day I found a tiny dress at the bottom of my garden. And then I knew they were real. And I think they'd left it there, so I believed that they were real. I'm hoping I'll see them again one day, but I'm my own fairy for now.
That's right. And you have an elf.
Yes, yeah. He scuttled off somewhere, but he bought me my fairy juice and this very big cake, so he's very useful.
I like that elf. I also had little houses at the bottom of my garden, and my grandmother taught me that those were the fairy houses. And then we would walk through the woods, and my mum would peep under the leaves to see if the fairies lived under the leaves.
Oh, wow.
And now I have a very sweet little spring that runs past, not too far from my house, and it's in a little valley. And I imagine that whole, the stream is not very long. It's maybe 10 yards long, and then it disappears into a drain. But I imagine that is an entire fairy kingdom. In the winter time, the snow covers it and the water freezes. And in the springtime, right now, the water is bubbling, and it's really magnificent.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I don't know if you remember, but in Sheffield we have so many bluebells. We have some of the most bluebells in the world. And they say that bluebells are very linked to fairy families, and where there's a lot of bluebells, there's a lot of fairies.
We've got a lot in our garden. That makes sense.
There's a colour fairy called Bluebell, isn't there?
There is. I think she lives near me.
I think so. Anyway, now that I'm getting older, my wings have dropped off, so I'm not such a fly about fairy as I used to be. I have to be a fairy godmother instead. I'm godmother to the little girl next door, so she calls me a fairy godmother.
Oh, fabulous. So you'll have to get the other fairies to fly you around.
Yeah. I brought two of my other crowns to try out as well.
Oh, beautiful.
Try this one.
Oh, that is fabulous. It matches the fur.
Yeah. What about this one?
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
You still do it?
You're going to keep that's the jewel crown.
Good choice.
There we are.
And can you tell us about the wand that you're holding?
This wand I'm holding is in fact a prize in a competition we're having. Anyone that buys one of the Colour Fairy books in any format before the end of May, this is going to be drawn at the beginning of June. If you send me the details, they can be entered free into the draw, and the winner will get this wand, which is all glittery and it's got mysterious symbols. Yeah.
It's a magic wand.
It's a magic wand, and you never know what's going to happen.
Well, you have to teach them the fairy magic so that they don't go wrong.
It's the words, it's the secret words. Only children know them.
Oh, only children know. And who is the royal enchantress?
The royal enchantress is Peony.
In book 23, it stars Peony, doesn't it?
Well, she has a secret in book 23. It's called A Bonfire Night Story, and it is a bit history to start off with, and then it tells us what the fairies have got to do with Bonfire Night. They don't like it, and it tells you why, and then we find out what Peony's secret is.
Are you acquainted with any of the Colour Fairies personally?
Well, I'm quite well acquainted with Ruby.
Ruby.
And also Violet. And Violet has got a twin sister called Daisy. And I wrote book 3, Violet and Pansy, Visit the Dragon. And after that, Daisy didn't have a book, so I had to write a special book for Daisy. So we have Daisy and Maudie Do, which isn't a fairy story, but it's Daisy's book.
It's a lovely book.
But
And I've seen Bluebell a few times in the woods.
I'm on quite good terms with Ruby. She was the original. She was the one that came into my mind first. What made me decide to write about them was I was watching The Apprentice on TV, and their task was to write a children's book and get it produced, and it was so rubbish. And I said to my husband, I could do better than that. And he said, well, why don't you? And because I had so many stories about fairies in my head, I started writing about them.
That's great.
And you had them produced
Yeah.
in 3 different formats. You have the hardcover, well, hard copy, not hardcover, and in the ebooks and in the audiobooks.
Uh-huh.
So, Kate, would you mind very much taking us on a tour of your studio?
Of course, yeah. Well, luckily I'm in the studio now, but I will just move my computer around so you can see a little better. So, behind the fairy cake, you can see all of my paints and my paintbrush collection. And here are my watercolors, which the colour fairies used to be painted in until we changed the style of the colour fairies and went digital. And I do that with my graphics tablet, which I'll show you. This is my graphics tablet, as you can see. And you have a magic pen that draws the pictures on it, and it's obviously much less messy than paint, but you get a bit of a different style, and it's a little bit more colourful, which obviously the colour fairies are.
So you can take that tablet anywhere at all?
Yeah, as long as I've got my computer, it just plugs right in, and then I can draw on Photoshop, which is the program that I draw on.
Okay.
It's sort of like a digital paintbrushes and things on a program, and you can draw and you can write and do all sorts of good things. It's really magical.
It certainly produces good results.
Yes, beautiful pictures.
Yeah, it's really fun drawing them.
Yes, cheers to the colour fairies.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. How's the honeydew?
It's pretty good. It tastes a bit orange.
How long have you been doing sort of like voice narrating and things?
Oh, well, nearly a year and a half.
Awesome. What got you into that?
I used to drive 2 children, 2 sisters, to and from school, and they would fight in the back seat until one day one of them picked up a CD and said, "Let's listen to this," and it was a story. And then when the story was finished, I thought, "Oh no, they're going to go back to fighting." So I began recording a chapter a day or a few chapters a day of various books, and it kept them quiet for 2 years.
That's great.
I also write books, though I haven't published any yet, and I'm in the writing community, and audiobooks are a big thing in the writing community. They're taking off. People are listening to them more and more and more. So I put up an audition, and actually Maggie was the first person to hire me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And a year and a half later, we're going strong.
Absolutely.
I'm
That's
hoping
really
we'll
cool.
stay together to the end of the series, because it makes it so much better when you get to know the people you're working with.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more personal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really feel like we're a team.
Yeah, if things go
Definitely.
well, I didn't realise at the beginning I was going to write 30.
Yeah. It just took off, didn't it?
The stories just kept coming.
It was like you opened that door and it just kept coming out. It's fabulous. It's good that you can share your imagination with children.
Yes. Thank you for sharing with us.
Okay, children.
I'm glad I get to illustrate it all as well. It's fun, sort of, because I have a really vivid imagination too, so it's nice to see someone else that has one, and then I can, annotate that in my own way. It's really fun.
Oh, and you do a beautiful job. I love your illustrations.
Oh, thank you. They're really fun to do.
Making colors is a job. It's a responsibility.
Uh-huh.
They take it very seriously.
They do. And we've got night sky fairies as well. And we've got the mermaids and mermen in charge of the sea. And we're soon going to meet the bird fairies. Wondering why the birds.
And Great Pegasus.
Very responsible job being a colour fairy. And they have
It's
all
very hard.
family tribulations like the rest of us. They get married, they have children. The first one, the rainbow one, somebody stole the rainbow. That one was the first one that came up in my head. When I saw a rainbow one day, I thought, I wonder who thinks up these colours. Just who decided the colours would split into 7 like that. And that just sort of triggered the fairies off. Maybe this little fairy up there painting with different colours. And Ruby said there was. She was the red one.
She was the first fairy.
Uh-huh.
It's brilliant. And then you were introduced to all the others.
Yeah.
Once Ruby came, she had friends.
Yeah, they do have strange names, mine.
How so?
Clementine's not exactly a common name, but it's an orange name.
I like it. It's a lovely name.
Well, we're on to about a third lot of colour fairies now, I think. Because we've got Poppy, taken over from Scarlet, and we've got Peony, and we've got Primrose, and I think there's Jade, and then Holly takes over from Jade. They all move on anyway. It was Marigold as a colour fairy for a very short time, but then she went off to seek her fortune. So Peony got the job. And then Zinnia comes in later on. So I'm constantly trying to find names for them.
They're very creative names. That's what I like about fairies. They've got really nice, pretty names.
Yeah. I've got to write them as you sound them for Nicola, so she knows how I want them sounded. Some of the names are a bit like tongue twister.
Yeah.
Xylea. I didn't know how to say Xylea.
And Scaramanga.
Scaramanga. And Sorsha.
Uh-huh.
So thank you very much for joining us. All over the world, we're having fairy parties and we're enjoying each other. We're enjoying our fairy cakes together, and we're enjoying our cups of fairy tea and fairy juice and honey.
Don't forget, enter the wand competition.
Yes, everybody must enter the wand competition. Go to the website, buy one of the fairy books and go to the website. It's www.colorfairies.co.uk, and you can enter the contest to win the magic wand. There are already 23 books out for sale, and if you want to have the fairies join you in your home, you can buy one. There are also ebooks and audiobooks, and very soon there will be 30 books out. There's books for every season of the year, for Christmas, and soon Guy Fawkes Day, and Halloween, and Easter, Valentine's Day. We can wave and say goodbye now. And
bye now.
Don't forget to look for color fairies wherever you are.
And if you believe in the fairies, you'll see them.
If you believe in the fairies,
true.
you'll see them.